Right, welcome back everybody. Another video on this long wheelbase Vauxhall Vivaro 2015, what we're converting into a day van. So as you remember, we've insulated it on the sides, we've cut some windows in, we've put the floor down, the base floor anyway, we're not putting the lino down yet, or carpet, whatever route we're going down. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a bit of four-way stretch carpet on these side walls on the van. I'm not going to be doing the roof today because I've still got to sort out a bit of wiring where we're running cables and all that. But on the side pillars, that doesn't really affect the wiring situation. So we'll be doing the sides. I'm not sure we'll be doing this back column yet. And maybe we might do the side door. I'm not too sure yet because I've still got to insulate and sound dead and that as well. But I'm not sure if we're doing the front panel that yet in today's video. We'll have to see as we get on, depending on how long this takes us. So what I've already done this morning, I'll just take you around and show you. Right, what I've actually done this morning, I don't know if any of you remember, it's a bit dark in here, sorry. But up this pillar here, there was a plastic trunking in the Vauxhall Vivaros, and that housed a wiring cable, which actually fed power to the rear lights, and there's a little socket just down there in that corner that actually lets you know there's a switch if your back doors are open. So I actually unplugged that. There's a few other cables as well for the rear central locking. There's about 4 or 5 plugs in total, so I unplugged them all and they come running along here, and there was a trunk in here which covers this wiring loom all the way up. So I've took that trunking down there, you can see it's all in pieces there, and it runs from the front of the cab all the way along there, and then it spiders off, as you can see, along the back, and it goes down. So the one that was going down actually just dropped and run, and it was clipped here and here all the way down to the base of the vehicle, to the floor. So what I've done is I unplugged all them, then I pulled the wire back and I pushed it all the way down in this pillar, and it's all fed now all the way down in there. So once we come to carpet that, we're not going to have no plastic trunk in there, we'll have a nice smooth flat finish. And the same again here, as you can see, this thick wiring loom, this come along and sat in this channel all the way up here, which it's all right up there, but then when it come down to the front of here again, and I didn't like that. So what I've done is I've rerouted it, I've pulled it all back, I fed it all the way through, pulled it through there, come along there, pulled it through, and then dropped it down into there. I say the lighting's not the best in here, so you have to just bear with me on that for now. And that's give us a clean look now. So we ain't got any cables to go around. The only one we're going to have is this one here, but I say it does have a little trunk in there. So yeah, so that will be boxed in, but in an ideal world you would actually take this out, but that's quite a big job, that, and then you would have run that in this column here. But I say we're not going to worry about that one. It is blocked in with that trunk in, and depending how we go yet, we might not even use that trunk in, because we might be able to just put that up behind the ceiling yet. I'm not too sure. So yeah, this is what we're going to be carpeting all this today. I haven't got my panels done yet. I will have to use the old ply that we used that come with the van, and we'll cut that down and we'll just cut it in so it sits in this recess here, and then that will be the board then going over that wheel arch, covering that. Nice finish on that. So I've got myself some carpet. So I did go ahead and get myself some four-way stretch carpet. So that's the colour of it. But before we start going ahead and getting that right out, I've got 10 cans of spray come with it. And get yourself a nice sharp knife when you're starting that. But first of all, we're going to be going round and just taping up these big square holes here. I don't know if you can see that hole there. We're going to be taping that up with some foil tape, and just these other little holes here, just going over it with some foil tape. And then once we've gone over them holes, we're going to be going across the panels just with a bit of this panel wipe as well, just so we get a good adhere to it with the spray glue. So right then folks, so that's all the holes that I wanted to tape up, taped up. You ain't got to worry about the little small screw holes. Let's just push this seat forward a bit. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take my trim off as well, so I can carpet right up to that, and then I can put that back on over the carpet, so we get a nice finished edge there. So we'll take that off for the time being, put that round there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just panel wipe all this down. I say I'm not going too mad over this because the ceiling will be getting screwed up, and just go over all your bare metal now where you're going to be sticking the carpet and spray glue down to. Just gets any dust off, all your leading edges. And again with this front bit, I'll just come round here. I'm not too bothered about getting a decent finish here, because I will be looking at replacing these with the crew cab covers, because they actually come round and they actually pop into the, and that will give us a nice finish rather than trying to make something there, that horrible gap there. So I say I'm not too worried about that. Say I've never used this stuff in my life, never done it before, it's all new to me. So we have got 10 cans, caps are off. So we'll give this a good spray up, and what I'll do is I'll probably start from this corner here, we'll do along the top, and then we'll work our way down. And I've left my blinking scissors at home. I bought some good scissors to cut this at the end, so that's a bit of a nuisance. So that's that. We'll just have a bit of a clear up in here. So this is the actual colour of it. Right then everyone, so what I've done is I've cut myself a nice length of carpet. I'm just going to stick it to this top edge here, so I've got myself a nice overlap, and I can always trim down the excess that I don't need when I come to do the ceiling. So I say I will be going a little bit over, which is not a problem. I'd rather go over than be a bit too short. So what we're going to be concentrating on is working in this top bit here first. So I'm going to get myself my glue going. Remember, get right in them creases as well. And just and then I'm just going to get in that crease there, just on that little downward bit. So we'll leave that to go tacky a little bit, and I will stick a bit of glue just on the back here. So there we go. So this is the first part of the carpet, and in fact I'm just going to stick a little bit in there. So here it goes. I say I'm not worrying about going too far up there. This will just be the overlap, so it can get trimmed down this part. Make sure you get it right in them creases, and don't go too mad rubbing fast, because you will get yourself a bit of friction burn on there. So just pull it out a bit there. We want to get it right up there. There we go. So So that's right up there. So I'm just going to put a little cross in this to take some of the tension off. Right then everyone, as you can see, that is that panel down. I've got a couple of little creases up the top there. I will still work them out, but I'll say I'm not 100% fussed about them because I'm going to have a wardrobe and cupboards going along this wall. So that's why I started with this wall, because it hasn't got 100% perfect. All this bit here, don't worry about that. That'll all be getting trimmed out, that, because we're going to have a fascia panel going on over this anyway. So this bit of carpet will be coming out, and that's why it looks a bit saggy there, because it's actually not going nothing. I did carpet that bit there. I'm going to leave that bit carpeted. It is sound deadened there, so I'm not sure whether to put a panel in that as well, or just see how the kitchen butts up to it. If I do need to put a bit of paneling behind it, just so we got enclosure for behind the wardrobe, then we'll do that. But if not, I'll leave it like that, and that'll just give us a little bit more space in the back wardrobe as well. But I say that is soundproofed and carpeted, but I'm thinking about putting the panel in, because then I can put a little bit of insulation behind there as well, so then that panel will be insulated as well. So that's to come. As you can see, I've got the window trimmed back round, bit of white fluff there. So that just finishes off that nicely now. And again, I say this middle piece here, there's nothing behind there, so that will be getting cut out, and that will have a panelling along there. And so that gives us access. If we do need to get into the voids, we can just take the panel off and still be able to get behind there to the insulation, or if we do have any cables running in behind there, that's our access as well. So what I'm going to have to do now is just trim all this excess off. It looks a bit worse in the camera, to be honest with you, than it does by the eye. I say this is all coming out here, so what I'll maybe do is get this trimmed up, and then we'll come back to you and we'll show you it once it's trimmed up and ready to go. Right, so welcome back everybody. It's actually the next day now. It took a bit longer than expected. It was not as easy as I thought it was. When I watched these videos on YouTube, it did really look easy. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I've learnt a few things now. So I have got a couple of little creases up there. I'm not 100% worried about them, because they will be covered by the furniture kitchen. That's why I did start on this side of the van, because a lot of this is actually going to be covered by the kitchen unit and wardrobe. So as you can see, I've actually cut out the hollow bit around there, and the reason I've done that is because we're actually going to be having panels on there. They would be detachable in case once I've got cables in there, if later on down the line I do need to get behind there to some cabling or run new cables in or whatever really. So I'm happy with how it's turned out for my first attempt. So I'm going to come onto this side now, do the exact same on here. I've took the window rubber off already. I've took the rail off at the top there that the sliding door runs in. Let me just zoom in there. You can see there, that's the arm that runs with the sliding door, and there's a rail that comes along here. And the reason I've done that is just so I can paint that as satin black, so it matches the rest of that bracket there, so it's just not a bit of a eyesore in silver. So that's out the back in the garden, just drying off now, and that gives me better access just to tidy any carpet up behind anywhere I need to go. So hopefully we'll get this bit done today, and hopefully we'll probably have a go at that door as well, and that'll probably be a wrap on this video then. So hopefully we'll get this bit done now, get this wheel arch covered. I'm going to be looking at doing this section all in one piece. And another thing I would advise, get yourself some knee pads as well, because after yesterday my bloody knees are killing from bouncing about on this floor all day. So that's another little thing, just protect your knees, you only get one set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start, I've already panel wiped it, as I said I've took the window trim off, so it's ready to get some glue now, and we'll start sticking this carpet on. And one other thing that I did say yesterday is I said I was going to work along the top and work my way down. Well, actually I wish I did follow my advice, but once I did start getting the top corner done over that window, I did find myself working my way down here, and I think that did bugger me up a bit. That's why I did get them creases. So I'm going to do it today. I'm going to literally stick from the top and pull down, because I found once I did do it that way, I stuck that bit up, then I done that bit, and then I started up there, and then it did start to get a few big folds in it. So I'm literally going to do that top bit and then come down. So and give yourself enough overlap as well. Another thing I found yesterday. So there we go, that's sitting a lot better in them creases now, in them bends around the windows. So I was getting a bit of trouble yesterday with the creases, but that's just gone on a lot better there and a lot quicker. So you learn by your mistakes. Say this is my first time carpeting a van, so I can only get better, I hope. And just by learning from that bit yesterday, them two top corners are in perfectly now with no creases at all. So now I can start working down this side, and then I'll come and work this side until we get to the bottom of this window frame here. Then I'll work that whole bit, and then we'll just keep going down evenly. So pull that bit out there. Just get that bit of crease there. So let's get that. And I say this is a four-way stretch, so you can pull it anyway really, and it does help get the creases out. There's a little crease there. Just pull it back and just stretch that, and make sure you do get into them cracks as well, otherwise you're just going to have a bit of air pockets behind there. You don't really want that. And I will be doing this back frame separately. That won't be getting done in today's video, because I'm hoping to run cables in these voids along here, so I don't want to block the access holes up. Right, now we've got that bit done there, what I'm going to do is just stop this tension. I'm going to put a little cross in here, and then we can push that right up in them corners. So just bear in mind, don't go too mad with your knife, because you don't want to mark your window. So we're just going to go through there like that. Get in your scissors then. And that will just take any tension off of that, so we can push that right into the corner of the windows. Not too mad, just go up there. And you can put a few slits in, you ain't got to just put one in. I'm just going to take any stress off that I can. make this a neater job. You can cut this section right out if you wanted to, but I'm not too worried about that yet. So then you can get that push right up there now, see? That's taking right up there, because with that there, it was getting a bit of tension on that, and that's the last thing you want there. Right then folks, as you can see, that is done now. I weren't too bothered about that little bit. I just took a bit of carpet out of there just so I could get a nice finish on there. It was just pulling a bit tight, so you won't see that because that'll be all covered in behind a big plyboard that'll be carpeted anyway. So as you can see, all done in one piece again. Oh lovely. I actually went up to the roof on this side, and I wish I'd done it on this side actually, because it gives me a nice finish rather than what I had on this side. So what I'll probably be doing in this one is I'll probably butt the ceiling up to this under ledge here, so it does drop down a bit through these ridges anyway, so it's not going to affect me too much. But I wish I'd just done all the way up to the top there, because I can always take off any excess that I need to off there. And at the minute, just between them beams there where I've just cut them little flaps up, I've actually just pushed that wiring loom just behind there. As you can see there, it comes back out up there. So that's not going to be a permanent thing, but I think I might do away with them plastic trunkings that was up there, because obviously I'll be able to just push that up behind the roof. So I haven't carpeted that bit along there because all that's going to be in the roof anyway. That will get insulated with the whole roof and soundproofed. But for that side panel, that is all I'm going to be doing on that. For the door, you can see, you might not be able to see, but I've actually put the door on the trim back on now. That's in black. That was silver this morning, so that's back on. And with the door, I don't think I'm going to carpet around that window. Reason being is because I want it to be a tidiest job this, and if I do that, coming around the edges, I'm not going to get a nice finish on that, because you don't want the carpet over your rubber bead, because if you have it over your rubber door seal, once it rains or you wash your vehicle, that carpet is going to soak in that water, so all your carpet wants to be inside of that seal basically. So what I'm thinking is, because it is a bit tatty, that door seal or window frame, whatever you want to call it, I might just paint it. It won't be a big job. I'll take the inside of that window trim off again, mask that window up, and it's just literally all that silver you can see there. I might just give it another coat of silver, or I could do it black just to match like that window seal there. So let us know in the comments what you think about that. Should I just do it silver again, the standard van colour, or do I do it black to match this side, a darker window seal? We will be having black curtains on that window as well, so all these windows will be having black curtains on, or grey curtains, I'm not too sure yet, black or grey. That panel I've got to just carpet, so I might whip that off now quickly in this video and carpet that, and then we'll do another video where we're cutting these ply sections out and carpeting them, and with the same on the bit behind me there and the bit that's just behind me above this other wheel arch. So a bit trickier than I thought it would be, but we have got there. You might see a few creases. This side's a lot better, but I've noticed from when I've done yesterday's side, some of the little air pockets do actually just fall out as well, so don't get too disheartened. It's not the easiest job, I'll say that. It does look easy when people do it online. I'm really happy with the result on this side. The first side I've done behind me, I could have done better, but I'm going to quickly whip that off now. There will be a little circlip on the handle. I'll show you how to get that off, and we'll give that a bit of a panel wipe, and then we'll do that and give it a glue and put the carpet on it, and that'll probably be a wrap for this video. Back doors, I'm not touching them yet. Again, with the back doors, they'll probably go the same colour whatever I do that, because I don't want to say you can do it, but I just want to make my life a bit easier, because there is a bit of damage on these doors as well, so they do need a bit of work. I'll probably just fill them and paint them. But if I can find another set of doors, because this van was actually previously broken into, it has got a hole on the other side where they drill them on these vans. I'm not too bothered about that, but the door's actually got a slight bend on it, so if I can find a door reasonable, but as I say, these are common for being broken into, these vans, so the doors are pretty hard to come by, and when they do come up, they're either damaged like the damage that I've got, or the good ones are expensive. So it's just a matter of keeping my eye out or work with what I've got. Right then, so you have to bear the wind noise. So come into this door handle, just get yourself a set of pliers, you just pull that one off, and that just slides off. And then to remove this actual handle, there is a little clip behind. I don't know if you can see because of the sunlight. And just get yourself a flathead screwdriver and just pull that clip down like that. And that's the clip there. And then now that should just pull off, just like that. So the clip slides in that recess there, you see. Clips in both sides. And then hopefully this should just pull off now. So I've just pulled that off now. As you can see, it has 3 clips down the side, and there's a couple of clips down the other side, and then just at the top and the bottom as well. So as you can see, it just pops in. Some of the poppers have come off and stayed in, so we'll take them out and put them back in. That just comes from there. So as you can see, this is the interior door panel. I will be insulating behind here. We've had this off in the past because we had to change the lock on this because the sliding door lock didn't work. So we have got that in there, but I will be putting insulation in there and a bit of sound deadening, but I'm not touching that today. We're only coming to do putting a bit of carpet on this panel here. So I'll get you put on the tripod, we'll clean this off, and then we'll get it carpeted and buttoned back on. Right then, so I've got my panel here. We're going to do a quick panel wipe. I'm just going to pour a bit on there. That's more than enough on there. Get me a towel. Just going to go all around this, get that soaked up. Get right in there edges. I'll just show you what I'm probably thinking about doing here. Look, in this little recess, I might cut that bit of carpet out of there because I don't want the door latch to be dragging on this. So I'm going to cut that out so we've got a nice free travel in there, because with the carpet in there, I think that will drag. So that's just something to bear in mind. So that's all panel wiped up. I've got my piece of carpet I've cut to just over size, so as you see there, that covers that lovely. And you can also spray your back of your carpet as well. I haven't been doing that all the way along. I've just been putting plenty of glue on this side. Some people say you should spray both sides and let it go tacky, then put them together. But I've just been doing one side, just giving it a minute to go tacky, and then sticking my carpet on top. So just make sure that's just at the bottom there. There we go, we've got full coverage. And then what I'm going to do, just go from the middle and push outwards. This should be the easiest panel to do really on the van so far. And then you just want to get your finger, run round in that little insert that was there. Your finger will just fall into it. And there was another one at the bottom now I can just feel. So we'll just turn this round now so I can work on that little section up there. So this is where we want to stretch it right over that piece there where that bung fits. Get that crease out there, right down in there. Push any creases, pull them tight. Right then folks, so there it is, as you can see, it's all done. I cut that little notch out. I cut the little hole for the handle as well. And as you can see, that looks spot on that. Best bit of carpeting done so far on this van, I would say. So what we can do now, head back over to the door, pop this back on, and hopefully it will fit with no issues. Alright then, so first of all we'll just pop this on before we try to open the door. So, got to remember now this is a lot thicker because it's got the carpet on. I'll just get that first lug lined up. There we go. Just need to push that bit of carpet through there. There we go, that's all them on. So first of all, that should still slide on, lovely. Yep, and that's what I meant, see, with that carpet backing behind it, that wouldn't have moved like that, so I'm happy with that. Let's just open this door a minute. Oh, I don't know what you can see now because you've probably got the sunlight glaring on you. Push that right in, and there we go, that's got it. Oh, that's spot on. Right, let's close that door. See if it opens, which it does. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That finishes off that door lovely. I don't think I'm going to carpet this, as I say. This will be painted because it has got a few marks on there. They might come off, to be fair, but the back ones have got little dents on, so I want to do something with the back. So if I'm painting the back, I might paint this bit as well. So I'm not bothered about up here because you won't see that, and again you won't see this because I'm going to get the crew cab pillars, so this plastic will come right round here and butt up to this lovely, like a factory finish. So I'm really happy with that now. That's I'm getting better as I'm going on, basically. So I do need all new door rubbers because these ones have got paint on and stuff from where it was a van before. So that does lock as it should. We've got the new painted rail. So I'm going to leave it here for this little video. I've got majority of the van carpeted that I wanted to. I say I'm not 100% happy with that top corner up there with them creases in. I might be able to pull it back and have another go with a bit more fresh glue behind it and give it a better stretch. I'm not too sure, but it's my first time at doing this, and I'm really happy with how it's done. Next video on the van, we might try doing the ply line boards, get them cut in, and I've got the kitchen ordered. That should be here within the next couple of weeks. I'll be going to collect that, so we'll be going on a little road trip, so I'll take you along. We'll go in the van and pick that up. It will be coming as flat pack, so we will be building it up ourselves. That'll be another video. And apparently the backs of them are all squared off, so you have to scribe it to the shape of your van. So every van's different, you see, inside, so they just put a square back on it, and apparently you just scribe it to the shape of your van. So it's really coming along now. We're going to have to really start thinking about getting the electrics in, not obviously wired up, but start running the cables in now before we go too much further into it. So I'm really happy with it, and I've got a nice lump of carpet left here, So we might even do the roof in the leftover bit, and I've still got a bit more just to do these little panels as well. Do keep your offcuts as well, because they will come in handy for little jobs as well, because I might have a little bit of carpet to go just down the front here, depending on whether I get a new trim, because I don't think I'll go down the new trim route for the bottom of that, because they are quite expensive. So that might just get a bit of carpet, and then we'll be ready to lay a floor in here as well. So yeah, I've got myself a diesel heater, so that'll be coming in the next few weeks as well. It's a 5 kilowatt one. It's actually a remote control as well, and it's Bluetooth, and it links up to your phone, so you can actually put the heater on if you're out and about. You can get the van pretty warmed up, so when you're out and about you can get on your phone and you can actually put the heater on 5 or 10 minutes before you get back to the van if you've been out somewhere walking and it's cold out, and the van will be nice and warm for you. So, and you'll see the video on that, but I'm going to leave it here, and until next time, we'll see you about.